Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into royal secrets and hidden identities today
Oh, yeah.
with The Key by Jennifer Ann Davis.
Okay.
You shared some excerpts from this young adult fantasy novel, and
Yeah.
it's got more twists and turns than a hawk in a hurricane.
It certainly promises to be a captivating deep dive,
Right.
especially when you consider Greenwood Island's history,
Yeah.
founded on a rebellion against an arranged marriage a century ago.
Wow.
Now whispers of another lost heir are stirring up trouble under King Barjan's rule. What's fascinating is how this echoes the kingdom's very foundation, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's like history is rhyming, but with higher stakes this time around.
Yeah.
And speaking of high stakes, let's talk about Rima.
Huh.
She's living this quiet life on a horse farm in Jarko,
Uh-huh.
probably dreaming of faraway lands when, bam, a royal summons turns her world upside down.
It's more than a summons, though, isn't it?
Oh.
It's a forced marriage proposal from Prince Lennox, the king's son.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a rude awakening. It makes you wonder about the king's motives.
Yeah.
Is he trying to solidify his power?
Right.
Or is there something more sinister at play?
Ooh, good point.
Hmm.
And then there's this chilling encounter Lennox has with Rima's aunt and uncle.
Oh, yeah?
They're clearly terrified of him. Almost like they know something about Rima's past that she doesn't.
That protective instinct definitely raises a red flag.
Yeah.
And then there's the mysterious necklace Rima inherits. Rima, remember to always look back, and you'll be okay. But not at night, only in the AM. Trust in him, your family.
Wow.
The capitalized Rima, the cryptic message, it all feels very deliberate.
It's like a breadcrumb trail leading to a hidden truth.
Right.
What do you think it means, look back but not at night, only in the AM?
Well,
It feels almost symbolic, like
Yeah.
looking back into the past but only in a certain light.
I'm inclined to agree.
Okay.
It suggests that the answers to Rima's true identity are hidden in plain sight,
Yeah.
but only visible from a specific perspective. Perhaps she needs to examine her past from a new angle.
Okay, so we've got Rima caught in this web of royal intrigue,
Right?
possibly connected to the rumors of a lost heir.
Yeah. Yeah.
And armed with a cryptic necklace.
Yeah.
But there's another player in this game, Prince Darmic,
Okay.
Lennox's brother and commander of the king's army.
What strikes me about Darmic is that he's more than just a soldier following orders.
Oh.
His encounters with Rima,
Yeah.
initially disguised as a commoner,
Okay.
hint at a deeper connection. Could this be the him the inscription refers to?
Ooh.
It adds a layer of complexity to his character, wouldn't you say?
Totally. And speaking of complexity, Darmic starts uncovering his own set of secrets.
Right.
His trip to Verdun and the meeting with Trell,
Uh-huh.
who has a hidden collection of artifacts from the former royal family,
Yes.
throws another wrench into the works.
The discovery of the baby portraits,
Yeah.
especially the one with Princess Aimer's unique tattoo,
Oh.
changes everything. It's no longer just whispers of a lost heir.
Right.
There's tangible evidence. And considering the timing of Rima's arrival
Yeah.
and those whispers about her aunt and uncle, the pieces start to fall into place.
It's like all roads lead back to Rima. Right.
Mm.
But things take a dark turn when Lennox starts parading her around as his trophy, even threatening to push her off a cliff.
Oh, my.
That's not exactly Prince Charming behavior.
No.
Where do you think this sudden aggression comes from?
Well, I think Lennox senses a threat.
Okay.
Perhaps he's heard the rumors about the lost heir and sees Rima as a potential rival to the throne.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just a power-hungry jerk.
Or both.
Could be.
But it's interesting how Darmic reacts to all of this.
Yeah.
He's clearly torn between his duty to his family
Uh-huh.
and his growing feelings for Rima.
Right.
It's like he's walking a tightrope trying not to fall on either side.
That internal conflict is one of the most compelling aspects of his character.
Yeah.
We see him struggling with his conscience, questioning his father's actions,
Yeah.
and trying to protect Rima without arousing suspicion.
And then there's the public trial,
Oh, yeah.
which is a total farce.
Wow.
Rima's accused of treason.
Uh-huh.
Lennox puts on this Oscar-worthy performance.
Right.
And the whole thing feels like a setup to discredit her.
Totally.
But what's really interesting is how Darmic acts during the trial.
Right on the surface, he seems cold and detached, confirming the charges against Rima.
Yeah.
But if you look closely,
Yeah.
there's a subtle undercurrent of something else.
Oh.
He seems to be gauging the crowd's reaction, almost testing the waters.
It's like he's playing a dangerous game.
Wow.
Pretending to side with Lennox while secretly plotting something else.
Right.
Do you think he believes the charges against Rima? Or is he putting on an act to protect her?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
His true motives are still shrouded in mystery. But I have a feeling that Dharmic is more cunning than he appears.
Okay.
He might be playing a long game here, waiting for the right moment to make his move.
Ooh, that's giving me chills.
Yeah.
So we've got a potential rebellion brewing,
Right.
a lost princess who might not even know she's a princess, and a brooding prince with his own agenda.
It's a recipe for disaster.
What happens next?
Well, that's where things get even more interesting.
Oh.
Remember those secret passageways we mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
They're about to play a crucial role in Rima's fate.
Okay, now I'm really hooked.
I bet.
We'll have to dive back into the key to uncover the rest of this royal mystery. Stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the key.
Yeah.
When we left off, things were getting pretty intense. Dharmic had just discovered Rima's true identity.
Right.
As Princess Aemera, the lost heir to the throne.
Talk about a game changer.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's still trapped a prisoner in her own home. What happens next?
Well, what's intriguing is that Rima doesn't immediately embrace her royal identity.
Oh.
She's focused on the immediate danger, worried about her aunt and uncle,
Yeah.
and just wants to escape.
Yeah.
It's a very grounded reaction, don't you think?
Yeah, it makes her even more relatable.
Yeah.
Right? She's not swept away by the fantasy of being a princess.
Right.
She's still the same Rima at heart, but this escape attempt,
Yeah.
it's not exactly a walk in the park.
No.
There's that moment where she's almost caught by the guards.
Oh, yeah.
And it really highlights the danger she's in.
Absolutely. The castle walls are more than just physical barriers. They represent the constraints of her current life, the limitations imposed by Lenek and King Barjan.
Right.
And speaking of those castle walls, the escape wouldn't be possible without those secret passageways. Like a metaphor for uncovering hidden truths.
Huh?
Navigating the unseen pathways of power and history.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's not just a physical escape, it's a symbolic one too. And Dharmic, with his knowledge of the castle secrets, becomes her guide.
He does.
But even outside those walls, Rima's not truly free.
No, she's not.
Lenek is hunting her, and the kingdom is on edge.
Exactly. And this is where Dharmic's internal conflict becomes even more fascinating.
Yeah.
He's helped Rima escape defying his family, but he still has to maintain his image as a loyal prince.
Right.
It's like he's leading a double life. Caught between two worlds.
This whole charade of pretending to be siblings or even a married couple.
Right.
It creates a really interesting dynamic between them.
It does.
They're forced into this close proximity, and the tension is palpable.
Yeah.
What do you make of these stolen moments they share?
Well,
The rose garden encounter, the elderflower cheesecake. It's all very romantic, wouldn't you say?
it's definitely more than just circumstance.
Right.
There's a genuine connection developing amidst the chaos.
Yeah.
Their conversations become more intimate, their glances more meaningful.
Hmm.
It's clear that Dharmic is falling for her, even though their love seems impossible.
Forbidden love, secret identities, a kingdom on the brink of rebellion.
Yeah,
It's like something out of a bard's tale.
it is.
But it's not all stolen glances and moonlit walks, is it?
No, it's not.
They're still in danger, facing constant threats from Lennox forces.
Right. And it's important to remember that the rebellion is gaining momentum.
Uh-huh.
Initially, it was driven by opposition to King Barjan's rule.
Yeah.
But with the truth about Rima's identity spreading, the motives are shifting. Now there's a rightful heir to rally behind a symbol of hope for a better future.
It's like the stakes have been raised exponentially.
Yes, they have.
Rima's life is no longer just her own. It's intertwined with the fate of the entire kingdom.
Absolutely.
How do you think she's handling this pressure?
Well,
She's gone from a farm girl yearning for adventure to a potential leader carrying the weight of her people's hopes on her shoulders.
it's a remarkable transformation, isn't it? We see her grappling with the responsibility, witnessing the suffering of her people, and understanding the injustices perpetrated by her own family.
Wow.
She's not just reacting anymore. She's starting to act to make choices with the awareness that they have far-reaching consequences.
She's finding her voice, stepping into her power, but it's not an easy path, is it?
No, it's not.
There's the courtly politics to navigate the allies, to gather the enemies to outwit. And then there's Dharmic. Can their love survive amidst all this chaos?
That's the big question.
Right.
As we head towards the climax of the story, the battle lines are being drawn.
Okay.
Rima and Dharmic must make difficult choices, knowing that their actions will shape the destiny of Greenwood Island.
Okay, now I'm really on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Will Rima reclaim her throne? Will Dharmic choose love over duty?
Who knows?
Will Greenwood Island find peace?
We'll have to dive into part 3 of The Key to uncover those answers. Stay tuned for the final chapter of our royal adventure.
Okay. Welcome back to our deep dive into The Key. Last time we left Rima and Dharmic facing some impossible choices.
Yeah.
The rebellion's gaining momentum, Rima's true identity is out in the open, and the future of Greenwood Island hangs in the balance. Where do we even begin to unpack this?
Well, let's start with Rima.
Okay.
She's no longer just escaping. She's actively choosing to fight for her throne, for her people.
Wow.
What's striking is how this decision transforms her. She's embracing her destiny, stepping into a leadership role she never envisioned for herself.
It's like that spark of adventure we saw in her at the beginning has ignited into a full-blown inferno.
Right.
But she's still trapped within the castle walls. How did she break free this time?
This is where those secret passageways and Dharmic's knowledge of them become crucial again.
Yeah.
But it's not just about physical escape anymore, it's about strategic maneuvering.
Okay.
He rallies allies within the castle, people who have been secretly working against Lennox and King Barjan. It speaks volumes about the simmering discontent within the kingdom, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's like that saying, for want of a nail, the kingdom was lost.
Right.
Except in this case, it's a network of secret tunnels and a handful of brave souls that could change everything.
Exactly.
But even with these allies, Rima is facing overwhelming odds.
Yeah.
Lennox commands the royal army. Her father is a ruthless king, and the kingdom is divided. How does she turn the tide in her favor?
By becoming a symbol of hope. Remember those whispers of rebellion.
Yeah.
They evolve into a roar as news of Rima's return spreads.
Wow.
People from all walks of life, tired of oppression and inspired by her courage, flock to her banner. It's a classic underdog story.
Yeah.
People rising up against tyranny.
It's giving me goosebumps just thinking about it, but what about Dharmic?
Yeah.
Where does he stand in all of this last we saw him? He was torn between his family and his love for Rima. Has he made a decision?
He has, and it's a pivotal one.
Oh.
Dharmic chooses love and justice.
Wow.
He realizes that his loyalty lies with the people of Greenwood Island, not with a corrupt crown. It's a powerful moment of self-discovery, a rejection of the life that was laid out for him.
So he joins Rima's side. What does that look like?
Right.
Is he leading troops, strategizing battle plans, or something else entirely?
He becomes her most trusted advisor,
Okay.
using his military expertise and knowledge of the kingdom to outmaneuver Lennox and the king. Their alliance goes beyond romance. It's a partnership built on shared values and a desire for a better future for Greenwood Island.
I love how their relationship has evolved. They started as virtual strangers thrown together by circumstance.
Right.
And now they're fighting side by side for a common cause. Speaking of fighting, the final confrontation must be epic.
Oh, yeah.
Give us all the juicy details.
Okay.
Where does it take place? What are the key moments?
The final showdown takes place in the heart of King City.
Okay.
It's a clash of ideologies, a battle for the soul of the kingdom. There are sword fights, daring escapes, and unexpected betrayals.
Wow.
But ultimately, it's Rima's courage and the unwavering support of her allies, including Dharmic, that leads to victory.
So she reclaims her throne. Greenwood Island has a new ruler.
Yes, it's a triumphant moment, culmination of everything she's fought for. But the story doesn't end with a simple coronation. Davis leaves the fates of Lennox and King Barjan open to interpretation.
Oh.
It's a clever narrative choice, allowing readers to ponder the complexities of justice and mercy.
It's a reminder that even in victory, there are difficult choices to be made. And what about Rima and Dharmic? Do they get there happily ever after?
The story ends with them standing side by side, ready to rule Greenwood Island together. They've faced incredible challenges, their love has been tested, but they've emerged stronger. It's a hopeful ending, a testament to the power of love and the enduring spirit of those who fight for what's right.
It's a beautiful ending to a story filled with twists, turns, and ultimately hope. So what does it all mean? What are the key takeaways from this deep dive into the key?
On the surface, it's a thrilling adventure with secret identities, a lost princess, and a rebellion against a corrupt regime. But if we look deeper, it's a story about finding your voice, embracing your destiny, and fighting for a better world.
It's a story that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, even when faced with impossible odds, there's always hope, and sometimes all it takes is a single key to unlock a brighter future. What are your takeaways?
Yeah.
What resonated with you most from the key?
Yeah.
That's something for you to ponder as we conclude our deep dive. Until next time.